All right, let's talk about something really exciting, NASA's Artemis II mission. You see, this isn't just another launch. We're talking about a huge, critical step in humanity's return to the moon, and it's even a stepping stone for the journey to Mars. So, what makes this mission so incredibly important? Let's dive.
I mean, it's not an exaggeration to say that the next chapter of human spaceflight is literally about to be written. This mission is all about building on that amazing legacy of the Apollo program, but it's also setting the stage for a completely new generation of deep space exploration.
Okay, so let's get into it. Artemis II, Humanity's Return. I mean, what a title, right? This is the first crewed step back into deep space. And when we say return, we really mean it. This is the first time in over 50 years that astronauts are going to leave low Earth orbit and head back out there. It's a huge moment.
So, what exactly is Artemis II? Well, at its most basic level, it's the very first time that a crew will fly aboard NASA's brand new, super powerful Space Launch System, or SLS, rocket and the Orion spacecraft. Think of it as the ultimate test drive for the hardware that's going to eventually take us not just back to the moon, but maybe one day all the way to Mars. Now, this isn't coming out of nowhere, right? This mission is building directly on the incredible success of Artemis I, that uncrewed flight back in 2022. That mission was basically the final dress rehearsal. It proved the hardware could take the punishment of deep space and was ready for its most important cargo yet, a human crew. And that really gets to the core of it. This is a deep space test flight. It's all about proving the technology for the journey ahead. The main goal here isn't to land on the moon just yet. It's to make absolutely sure that the rocket, the capsule, the life support, that the whole shebang is ready for the much longer, much more complex journeys that are coming up. Yeah, so the number one goal is to basically put this thing through its paces, to demonstrate all the different capabilities you absolutely need for a deep space mission. And for the first time, you've got humans in the loop. We're talking about testing everything. Life support, communications, navigation, the re-entry, all the stuff that has to work perfectly on those bigger missions down the line.
So the whole plan is super methodical, as you'd expect. It's really a step-by-step approach. You start with what you learned from Artemis I's success, then you test the SLS rocket, but this time with a crew. Same for the Orion spacecraft, test it with a crew, and all of that comes together to demonstrate those deep space capabilities in a real-world scenario. Making sure the astronauts are safe and the vehicles perform exactly as they're supposed to. But look, a mission like this is about so much more than just the hardware, right? It's about the people, the brave astronauts who are going to pilot this new era of exploration. So let's meet them. Let's meet the 4 pioneers who are leading the way.
So, the big question is, who are they? Who are the 4 astronauts NASA has chosen for this absolutely historic flight? Who are going to be the first people to fly past low Earth orbit in more than half a century?
And here they are, your Artemis II crew. Leading the mission as commander is Reed Wiseman, a seasoned veteran astronaut. The pilot is Victor Glover, and this is incredible. He's going to be the first person of color to ever fly on a lunar mission. Then you have mission specialist Christina Cook, who you might know already holds the record for the longest single space flight by a woman. And rounding out the crew, representing the huge international effort here, is Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency. I mean, what a team. They're not just flying a mission, they are truly making history. So we've got a history-making crew and a critical mission. The obvious next question is, when is this all happening? When does the journey begin? Well, it's time to mark the calendar for a new era. Okay, the launch details. The mission is set to blast off from Launch Complex 39B at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And if that sounds familiar, it should. This is legendary ground in spaceflight, the very same pad where the Apollo missions left for the moon. And as for the date, they're currently targeting no earlier than February 2026. That's the year to remember, 2026. That's when we're scheduled to see humans once again leave our home planet behind and venture out into deep space, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So when you boil it all down, Artemis II is that last, crucial test. It's the full-up dress rehearsal to make sure the technology, the systems, and especially the crew are 100% ready for what comes next. And that just leaves us with this one kind of mind-blowing question. If this is just the test, what incredible discoveries will the real journey bring?